What's up, guys? Wake up with no makeup, except it's, I don't know, 10:40 p.m. So hey, strangers, I haven't been on here in a while. So sorry about that. It's been kind of hectic and rough lately. So, yeah, it's been kind of a tough couple of weeks for me, emotionally, all the things. Lots going on, some updates, but really nothing super major to report on. Just generally going through it. So since it is 10:40 p.m., I am drinking chicory root coffee. It is chicory root plant that is roasted like coffee. This has ashwagandha in it, and it has butterscotch flavoring. So it's delicious. It's like heaven in a cup, really, is what it is, especially at nighttime. Because I really love a good hot cup of something at night before I go to bed. It does calm me down a little bit, and apparently I need that lately. So anyway, a little ashwagandha, chicory root, butterscotch concoction. And I just put a little bit of oat sweet cream creamer in it. Also, I have my I Heart Zombies mug from Jiminy Peak. I couldn't give any less fucks about zombies, but I did the haunted house at Jiminy Peak a couple of years ago. It was a really, really, really fun time. That was a really, really good haunted house. So if anybody is in the Jiminy Peak area of Massachusetts, I recommend it. It was super cool. They go until Halloween, so now spooky season time is the perfect time to go. It was so good. So anyway, I Heart Zombies with some ashwagandha. So in a nutshell, yeah, I've just been going through it lately, and this is real life. You know, I don't really hold back too much unless, you know, it's really personal and I know that it's gonna make me upset. Yeah, so here's a thing going on here, obviously. I'm not jaundiced. I did my laundry last night late and I washed the bedding. So by the time it was done drying, it was like midnight and I didn't feel like making the bed. So the dogs and I slept on the couch. And then I woke up to this lovely face full of breakouts, which is really just makes me so happy, you know? It makes me so happy. So today I did all of the things that I could skincare wise, putting on all of the serums and things that I needed to try to combat it a little bit. Didn't wear makeup until I absolutely had to. And then tonight I just washed my makeup off because I just got home from work, and now I have a turmeric mask on. So I'm gonna leave this on for a little while, hoping that it sort of gets in there and gets all the gunk out and starts to do some magic, because this shit ain't cutting it. Considering that I just went and had my monthly facial on Sunday, and it's only Thursday, and my face looks like trash from sleeping on the couch, is making me angry. So anyway, so that's no bueno, but it's real life. So for those of you who don't know, because most of you probably don't, I said the dogs, plural, and I slept on the couch, so I adopted a dog. My dog, Sydney, was feeling a little depressy. Maybe it's contagious, who knows? But there was a string of a few days last week or like 10 days ago where he's gotten into this kind of like habit of hiding under the bed. He used to do it back home in New York as well. But he would like hide under the bed and he would not come out unless he had to go to the bathroom. And then he was like not eating. So there was a string of like 2.5 days where he just didn't eat. And the only thing that I could get him to entice him with was like a little treat at the end of the night. But he would literally go all day with no meals, drink some water, and hide under the bed. And so that made me really sad. So I did a lot of thinking about it, because he has not been in a household by himself without other people and or dogs since he was a puppy. And that didn't last very long either when I got him. When I got him, he was 11 weeks old, I think. And I was living in my grandmother's house by myself, and I was working like 3 jobs. So he was home a lot alone, but my family was right around the corner. So they were still like constantly present, just not in the house 24/7. But then in my grandmother's house, I had like a period where I had a few friends that had moved in, kind of in ebbs and flows. Isabel, I love you and I miss you so very much. That's my forever friend. So there was some traffic, you know, and he was used to having other people around, but my family always had dogs. And so he's always had that sort of company aspect. And then just most recently, when we left to New York, we were living in the house with my family and the family dog. So now coming down here, for the first week, I knew it was going to be probably a little bit of an adjustment and kind of like a weird transition, because I was doing all of this unpacking and setting up and moving things around, and it was a little chaotic. So I kind of figured he would be a little bit like stressed out, but that was gonna sort of ease a little bit once everything was kind of in its place and it was like livable and not boxes all over the floor. So he did okay for the first like week or two. But I started working week 2, you know, and so I knew it was going to be kind of that like weird, you know, where are you going? Where am I type of feeling. But then when he was like not eating, that was really bothering me, and it was very concerning. So now he has a sibling. So her name is Luna Belle. Luna because I love the moon and all things celestial. And Belle because we're in the South, and so she's a little Southern Belle, you know? Hi, Sid. But she's 2.5 years old. She's so smushy and cute, and I love her very much already. But she's a little bit bigger than Sydney, so it is taking him a little bit of getting used to, because he's not used to being around other like family dogs. Our family dogs have always been roughly his size. So it's been like, he's been like 50-50 around bigger dogs, but mostly the little dogs that are kind of his size. So now he has one in the house that's about 2.5 times his size. And he'll have to lose a little bit of weight as well, because I took him to the vet this week and the vet called him chunky. Hashtag same kiddo. So he is on a different dog food, which he apparently is loving so far, which is great because at least he's eating. But he's doing really well with her so far, and she's really snuggly. We're doing a little bit of training because I don't think that she was really trained by her former owners. I did adopt her from the shelter. Adopt, don't shop. And yeah, so we're like a happy little trio here. Yeah, but anyway, so that is now taking up some of my time. But you know what? That is going to tangent into part of where I'm kind of feeling now. So, you know, going through some like emotional challenges is something that I have always tried to kind of handle on my own. I don't like to put my emotional baggage on other people. And anybody who knows me well knows that I am typically the person that people come to talk about their emotional baggage, which is fine because I'm an empath and I like helping other people. So I really appreciate when people trust me with their shit, you know, and I don't like to ask for help. So it's been a little bit rough lately because there's just a lot that is going on in my brain. And I think the last video that I did, I said I was going to try to wean myself off of my anxiety medication. Well, whoops, I forgot to take it for like 3 days in a row. So then I just decided I was cold turkeying it. So I have cold turkeyed myself off of the last 9 days of that medication. So now I am officially probably into now my 3rd week without it. And I don't ever like to admit that I need it, because I just don't want to, because I don't want to need it. But I definitely am well aware of the fact that it has assisted in my brain chemistry and the way that my brain works and how it operates. Maybe in a little bit of a smoother fashion. On some days are better than others type thing. So this week has been tough. And so I've been kind of back and forth between being okay and not okay. And one thing, like I said, that I do not like is to burden other people with my emotional shit. And I most definitely do not like it when I feel like I'm a burden. So that is kind of where I'm at right now, is that I feel like I'm a burden to people. And that is not necessarily coming out of left field. There have been a couple of comments, there have been a couple of conversations, there have been a couple of instances that have just kind of made me get in my head a bit, I guess. And so I guess where that leaves me now is that I am about to dive wholeheartedly into just doing me. And I'm not gonna burden anybody. I'm gonna mind my own fucking business. I'm gonna leave everybody else alone, and I'm gonna deal with my fucking shit. I think that I will probably start looking for a therapist again. I am really just going to start focusing on routine, because I think that that's something that I need, and not worrying about anybody else. And I don't say that to be selfish, I just say that to be real, because everybody's got shit, including me, and if we don't deal with our shit, then it just affects everybody else's shit, right? Like my brother always said, life is one big shit cookie and we all have to take a bite. So I just prefer to eat that shit cookie by myself. So yeah, so it may be a little quiet on the Western Front here, or the Southern Front. But anyway, so going on to quote of the day, my little neighbor girls came to the apartment the other day and they wanted to pick the quote. And I meant to do this video like 2 or 3 days ago when they picked this quote out, but I didn't get to it because I didn't feel like it. So tonight is the night. Sir Langston Hughes said in The Big Sea, "The only way to get a thing done is to start to do it, then keep on doing it, and finally, you'll finish it." And Sir Langston Hughes, that is exactly what we're gonna do. I'm going to start focusing on my routine. I am going to keep doing said routine, and eventually the goals that I'm trying to accomplish from that routine will be accomplished, and then said routine will be finished and I can start a new routine. So anyway, cheers. Miss you guys, love you guys. Stay hydrated, stay elevated, find something that brings you peace every day, and make sure you take care of you. See you next time. Love you, bye.